We're back with Stephanie Rado Taormina and talking about sustainable trends that are happening right now in interior design. We were talking about repurposed barnwood and using repurposed items for your furniture and various accessories around the house. I know people for years have been taking picture frames and things like that and reworking them, whether it's windows that have been reworked into mirrors and such. But kind of an interesting thing that you brought up during the our little intermission was people going out and buying old, whether it's turntables or I know the whole vinyl trend is coming back in a big way. It's really crazy how that's coming back in. But buying old historical elements and working it into their interiors.
A contemporary design. Yeah, we were just in Nolita at a little cafe, and I was there with my 16-year-old daughter and my 13-year-old niece, and they were fascinated with the decor, which is typical, lower Manhattan, very similar probably to the interiors inside of, the buildings in Reading. But just these old, beautiful buildings, and they had like a turn-of-the-century cash register, and the kids were just fascinated with this item that most people would look at and think it's junk. But they thought it was the coolest thing, and it was just part of the trendy vibe, in this cafe. So, I think if you kind of look at things with a different vision and, you can take your traditional interior and pull in something that you found at local flea markets, such as Renninger's out in Adamstown. That's a great place to go find historical, funky items. I just bought a old turn-of-the-century sign that was for a New York City coffee roaster. And, I love taking these old things that you pay $5, $10 for and turning them into something that, people would probably buy, for like over $100. So it's just fun, a way to repurpose things that most people would look at as junk, but once you take it out of its context and put it in a cool interior, it has a whole new vibe.
Yeah, we have an amazing resource out there with Adamstown.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's something that a lot of the country doesn't have. Moving out here from California, we don't have those great old antique places. We do have antique places, but not that have the great old products that we have. I mean, we're just in a hotbed of old historical. I mean, what you can find out there is
you
just
could go
phenomenal.
there with $25 and come back with a loot, So you just have to, be open to seeing things in a different way or have a great editing eye, I'll take you.
Yeah. Yeah, and we were talking about how apps and those kind of things are helping streamline our life, giving you an opportunity to shop for things and maybe finding items that used to be very expensive, and now you can shop around for them and get them at a cheap price. But it still takes a design eye to actually lay it out in a way that makes sense and is fun and pleasing.
Well, there also are those really high-end vintage sites like First Dibs. So if you're looking for something, really extraordinary, you have that range of doing the flea market thing or buying something from a dealer that's international.
Yeah, and you and I both know some antique dealers that are out there, and I was talking to somebody the other day about how people are shopping less out at the antique market because there's so many things going online.
Yeah.
And I think, friends of ours have moved up to the Hamburg area.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're selling more on eBay these days. So, I would get out there as soon as possible because that trend may be winding down, or you may be shopping online for all of these things. Another way that the apps are used is also controlling a whole home environment. So that's an opportunity to get out and reduce your usage by getting these apps. I was at Lowe's the other day, and they now have a product that you can install through the whole house that will control your lighting, your electric, your heating, and it's something that you can install yourself and control through an app.
That's cool.
They're getting more into eco-friendly paints. And we were talking about sidings on your house that need less maintenance, that they are more weather-friendly, and that they are not taking real wood, so you're saving on that wood. That
Right.
It's whether it's cement or whether it's an impregnated wood product, that you're able to do that, and it helps in two ways. You're not stealing from the forest, and you've got a product that doesn't take that constant maintenance and upkeep
Right.
that a regular wood product have. So, which is, I think, very cool. Did you see anything else when you were in New York that you thought was really cool?
Well, there's all the, in terms of fashion more, there's all the resale shops for clothing. So that is something that my kids like to do, and that's a trend that I'm seeing a lot.
Sure.
People, the Green Street and Green Street Consignment, they have shops all over Philly. I think they have one in Manhattan. So that's another sustainability kind of trend that I'm seeing.
Yeah, we have a local person here, T Street Vintage, that goes up and sells at Green Street.
Oh,
and
okay.
Emily does a great job up there. And she worked with the Goodwill locally here to help get some clothes, and there were a number of local designers that took clothing from Goodwill and repurposed them into these really cool fashions that maybe are more on the younger side, but still really fun. And out at the Sustainability Festival a couple weeks ago, girls were out modeling
Yeah, they
that
looked
clothing,
great. They
and
looked
it was
really great.
really, really cute. We saw a big trend too out there in solar and working in your home electrics into a more sustainable way. And water bottles, conserving on water bottles was another big trend, and what to do with that as we move forward. So, all of these ways that we can conserve, and then taking those the ways that we used to live and turning it into a way that is a little healthier and more earth-friendly in what we're doing.
Yeah, there's definitely a growing consciousness, and I know that, a lot of people who live in, they're not moving, they're not going to change the construction of their house. But I think as people go forward, I know myself personally, the next house that I move into or build is going to incorporate all of those sustainable elements.
Yeah, I strongly believe, and it's why we're doing the show, that it is our future to continually move towards being more sustainable and working in a way that is good for the planet, good for the people, and it's planet, people, and profit, and the profit end is saving you money that is going to keep more money in your pocket. And it's, those three things working together makes for a more sustainable life in general for all of us, which is very cool.
Yep.
Now, I want to bring up one other thing that you're working on. You've got a little product line that you're starting to get going on, which I think is very cool. Do you want to talk about that at all?
I'll do a little bit of talking about it. I'm going to be doing a new side business that incorporates my art and my fashion and my interiors, and it's based on a saying that my dad used to say, have some fun today. So I'm going to be coming out with a whole product line that's going to include t-shirts and pillows and paintings and just cool products to spread along that good vibe, and also give back to children with diabetes.
Right,
So-
and he passed away this year with
He did.
Because of diabetes.
Yes, he
and
did.
so it's something that's really near and dear to your heart.
Yep.
And it's great that you have this opportunity now to get
Yeah, I'm
involved
really
in-
excited to bring all the elements of my design background together and to do something in my dad's memory.
And I
So-
think that's something that you and I share in common, is trying to have some fun every single day.
We do,
Yeah. So on that note, I just want to thank everybody, and thank you for coming out. This was
Welcome.
awesome. I always
Thank
love
you.
talking to you, and we look forward to seeing everybody again soon.
Thanks.